For those of you who don't know, we have the new Italian memes, like this one. And today, I want to make with you the avatars of all the Italian memes in Brookhaven, and I'm going to do it here just to see how my avatar will look. But my friend suddenly turned into a crocodile, and he said, "I'm a crocodile." And I noticed, but his avatar looks really weird, because he actually managed to become that crocodile. But I want to see what happens if he carries me. I said, "Carry me." And now he has to click on my avatar, and now he's carrying me, and it looks like I'm really being carried by a flying crocodile. And that's really weird. But now we're coming here to the front, and he said, "Wait, I'm going to change my animation." And apparently he's going to change his animation to make this look better. Now he changed his animation, and he doesn't move properly, and walks as if he's flying, and he's carrying me, and it looks like I'm driving this. But today I'm going to teach you how to make all the avatars. But my friend teleported, and he came exactly to this house. But guys, right in this house, there's a player sleeping here, and my friend is coming to this part just to see his reaction when he sees a flying crocodile. And that player just got up and simply banned me. Actually, he banned my friend, because I can still come back to this house. But my friend who just came back here unfortunately can't enter this house, because he was banned just for having a funny avatar. But the player just showed up here, and he said, actually he was banned because he invaded my house. And that makes sense. But I also want to make this avatar. So here on the right, I'm going to have to remove all my items, and now I'm going to use two specific IDs. This is the first ID, which gave me this invisible head, which is now possible to have in Brookhaven. He said, "Why did you use an invisible head?" Look, it's so my head doesn't show on the character. And now I'm going to use exactly this ID, and now I got the flying crocodile, and it's really interesting. But when I walk here in the game, it has an animation, and to remove this animation, it's really simple. I'm going to use this animation on all these Brookhaven animations. Perfect, I finished this, and you can see that the crocodile is walking like this, and it really looks real. But apparently that player left his house, and I'm sure he's really scared, and he actually is. And he said, "2 is too much, I'm leaving the game." But now he disappeared, and actually he teleported. But I don't know what's going on here. And it looks like there's a player back here who has an avatar even worse than ours. And this player teleported again, and now he arrived at this lot, and he's getting a house. And he got the underground house, which is really weird. But he's hiding in here, and he wants to hide from us, and I'm seeing all of this. But he went into this secret room to try to hide from us, and what he doesn't know is that I'm teleporting here, and I'm going to enter his house. So my friend came here too. And he said, "How do you know this is his house?" Look, I just know. Now I'm going to have to go in here to scare this player. So I'm going down to this part, and now I'm going to enter the place where he is, which is in this secret wall. Perfect, I got in here, and he's really scared. And this time he got really scared. So much that he left the game, literally. He said, "I'm going to carry you." And now he's carrying me, and there are simply 2 crocodiles flying here. And that's really weird. So I got this motorcycle, and now the crocodile is driving a motorcycle. He said, "Make an avatar from another Italian meme." And I want to do that. But first, I'm going to get a different car on the right, just to scare the players. And I'm going to get a classic car, this one right here, because it's going to be funny to have 2 crocodiles here. Now I'm coming up here to the front, and apparently there's a player joining the game, and I'm coming here to talk to him, because as soon as he gets in, he's going to notice there are 2 crocodiles in front of him. Now he entered the game, and he got really scared, especially because this is unexpected. And now he ran away, because he's really scared. So I'm going to let him get his house, and then I'm going to go there to scare him, because our mission is to scare the players. But now, I want to make another avatar. So here on the right, I'm going to remove this item, and now I'm back to normal. And finally I'm normal again, and my friend also removed it, and looks just like me. But my friend suddenly got skinny, and that's a miracle. He said, "But I can go back to normal too." And now he went back to normal, and I don't know why he did that. But now I'm going to use another item to make the Italian meme avatar. So I'm going to use exactly this ID here on the right, and I end up looking like this. But there's also this other ID on the right that makes your character look like this. And this is much better. He said, "Wow, it's better than the last one." And I want to see what avatar he's going to use. But guys, for those of you who don't know, I have this item, and maybe if I grab a sword on the right, exactly this one, I can use this item as if it were real, and it actually looks real. But my friend is doing something really important, because he's standing still here, and suddenly he used this item and turned into this weird character, because he's gigantic. And this is the weirdest avatar of all. But I know another person who has an even weirder avatar. So I'm coming back here just to see this person. But apparently my friend came here too, and it looks like our car is carrying a bunch of crazy people. Now I'm arriving at this house, because there's a strange player here. So I'm pressing this button so he comes talk to us. And he just got here, but he's the weirdest player of all. He said, "What do you want, you clown?" And he's really weird. But my friend just got here too, and he said, "You copied me." And suddenly he's arguing with my friend, and they're both really mad. But my friend went back to normal, and that player did too. And actually it was that player the whole time. He said, "You're the Italian meme, how do you do it?" Look, it's really simple to do this. I'm going to send the code in the chat that he needs to use so he can use this avatar. And guys, now he looks like this, and it's really weird, and his face is even distorted. But now all of us look the same, and my friend also made this avatar. So now I'm coming to this house, and the players are going to have to come here too just to scare him. But it looks like like he went in there, and my friend is just watching. And you can tell it's my friend by the way he walks. But this player is really scared, because suddenly there's a monster in here that's basically staring at him. But I'm coming in here too, because I also want to scare the player. But he's looking at everyone here, and now he left the game. And I don't know why he left, since we're good people. But he's coming back to his house, and I don't know why he came back suddenly. But now he made a different avatar. And this is the weirdest avatar of all. But now he went back in there, and meanwhile, I want to make an avatar from another Italian meme. My friend came back here too, and now he's back to normal. And I'm going back to normal too, because that avatar was really weird. He said, make the shark avatar. Okay, I'm going to do that, because the shark is one of the best of all. Now I'm going to use exactly this ID on the right, and I'll have to remove my items. And this is really weird, because I actually look like a real shark. And even my friend is looking at it, and now he used another item and became the shark. But his is really badly made. But mine looks really good, and it even moves. But now I'm using this one because it's my favorite, and even my friend is using this item. And he said, this is the best one of all. Are there more? Yes, there are more avatars that I'm going to test soon. But first, I want to get my car, because I want to scare more players. And actually, I want to get more crocodiles in Brookhaven. But suddenly, my car flipped over. So now I'm coming up here to the front, and I want to see if I can find more crocodiles. But I just found this player who's looking at us. But I'm going to send the avatar code he needs to use to get the avatar I'm using. So I just wrote it here in the chat, and now he just needs to use it. But he's flying, and I think that's because his avatar was already really tall, and he became super tall. But he's laughing, and he said, I'm taller than you, noob. And I don't know why he called me a noob. But guys, I had an idea. I'm going to use the tallest avatar of all. So I look like this. I'm going to use this ID on the right, and now I'm much taller than him. I'm really way taller. And guys, I just got banned. It says I was banned because my avatar is too tall and not within the rules. So guys, I just came back here, but now I have the smallest avatar of all. Literally a really tiny avatar, and I'm sure I won't get banned. He said, you won't be banned for real. I didn't even know you were there. But now I want to see what happens if I use this ID on the right. And now I got the lower crocodile, and it's really short. While the others are giants, I'm simply the smallest of all. So I'm going to use this animation on the right. And now I'm walking like this. But a player just joined here, and he's watching everything that's happening. He said, I prefer Skibbity. And it looks like he prefers another meme instead of the crocodile. But they're all looking at him, and I'm going to use a different ID, but this time from a different meme. So here on the right, I'm going to remove this item and use exactly this ID. And now I got this toilet, which is right next to me, and it's literally in my hand. And I don't know why this item is in my hand, but this player came here, and he said, wow, I want that too. And it looks like he's impressed that I got this item. But now I want to do something really important. All of us are here. There's a crocodile in the front, and 2 crocodiles in the back. But I want to do a very important race. So I just got here, and now they're coming back here to the back to start this race. But it looks like there's a player who is really tall, so he used a different avatar, and now he's back to normal. But you can tell this one is me. This one is my friend, and this is the blue player, because he has that different hair. And now we're going to do a very important race. Perfect! It started! But my friend stayed back there, and actually he's using a hoverboard. And that's not fair, because he's going to win really fast. So I got this motorcycle, and now I'm going to win this. But he got a car, and now he's winning against me. So I picked the fastest car of all, and now I'm coming up to the front just to beat him. And I finally beat him, and I just reached the finish line. And that was the easiest win of all. But now, my friend got here too, and I want to make another Roblox avatar. And for that, I'm going to have to remove this item and go back to normal. And my friend also went back to normal, and now we're going to have to make the new avatar. But apparently that player is arriving here after a long time, but he finally got here. And now it looks like he stole my car, and I don't know why he did that, but he's coming up to the front really happy. And the next avatar I'm going to make here is going to be the best meme of all. He said, the best one is the crocodile. There's no better one than that. And maybe my friend is right, but I'm going to use this ID. And now I got this avatar. And even my friend said, what is that? But he wasn't expecting me to use this avatar. But guys, this avatar is really weird. So I want to go to the player's house just to see their reaction. So my friend is coming back here, and I'm going to delete my car on the right because I don't know what that player is doing, but my friend is coming back here, and I want to see which house he's going to go to. And apparently he went to this one because I haven't seen who lives in this house yet, but it looks like we have this basketball, and it looks like he's playing down here, so I'm going down here too. But he's looking here, and he said, you're going to get banned from the house if you don't hit the ball right there. And it looks like he wants me to grab the ball and hit it right here, especially because he can't hit it himself, and he's trying several times, but he just can't do it. So I'm going to do it really easily. So I threw the ball here, but it's actually really hard, and I'm going to try to hit it again, but I can't. And actually, I just hit it easily. And even he's looking here, not believing that I did it. And that was really easy. He said, I prefer the crocodile. But guys, I don't know why they all prefer the crocodile. But my friend prefers the crocodile, and they all like the same character. So I'm going to have to use that avatar again. Now I'm going to remove all my items and use this item on the right. Perfect. I'm using the avatar they all like, and even he got happy. And he threw the ball here, and he almost made it. But now, it's the crocodile's turn to do it. So I threw it right here. I'm sure I'm going to hit it, especially especially because if I don't, I'm going to get banned. Guys, he just looked at it, and he's really impressed that I made it. He said, let's do a challenge. If you miss once, you'll be banned. Man, this is really unfair, especially because he's not going to get banned if he misses. But guys, he threw the ball right here, and he simply missed. And it looks like I'm better than him, so I threw it right here, and I'm sure I'm going to make it. But actually, I missed, and that's bad. So I need to get out of here quickly before I get banned. But suddenly I'm up here, and he's coming here to ban me. But he's staring at me, and he said, there's no way you can escape. Look, actually, I can just leave. But I just got banned, and I was literally banned from his house just because I missed once, even though I made it a million times. But my friend is coming up here, and he said, you're not my friend. My friend had a different avatar. And that's because I actually changed my avatar. So I'm going back to my normal avatar, and he's finally going to recognize me. So much that he's looking here, and he said, wow, it was you. And I don't know how he didn't know that, but it looks like the player is looking at me. And now I'm throwing eggs here because my ban was really unfair. And I'm throwing lots of eggs to make him really mad. And now all the eggs are staying here. But he grabbed this ball and threw it up front. And I had a genius idea. I'm going to grab this item, and he's going to have to hit this spot. And he'll have 3 chances. If he misses once, he's going to be banned. But he's looking at it, and he said, this is really easy. So I want to see him hit it. But he threw it there, and he has 3 chances to get it right. But he just missed the first one. Now he only has 2 chances left. So he threw it here and almost made it. But now he only has 1 chance. And this is the last chance. But apparently he missed. So now he's going to have to be banned from here. He said, okay, I'll be banned because I stick to what I say. And now he's coming here and actually got banned. And he kept his word. And even my friend came here. And he said, I can hit that on the first try. And if I miss, you can ban me. Okay, I'll let him do it because I also want to see if he can. But he threw it up front and simply missed. Look, unfortunately, he missed. But my friend is leaving now because he doesn't want to get banned. And he literally ran out of here. And that was really weird. Here in Brookhaven, there are several words you can write. If I write a message in the chat, I can simply send it. But today, I want to ban words in Brookhaven from being written, especially because I am the president here, and all the people who live in this neighborhood will have to obey me. And if they say the forbidden words, they will have to pay a price. So for that, I am coming here to talk to my friend and see if he approves of this. He said, let's do this. But what will the words be? Look, I still don't know. He and I will decide what the words will be. And I think actually the words will change, and over time they will be different words. But suddenly there is a player fishing in my pool, which belongs to the president. But my friend is coming here to see what is happening. And this is very weird. I don't know what made this player fish here, but my friend is holding this item. I said, calm down, I will solve this. And I am going to solve this and convince him to leave here without much trouble. I said, everything you fish, you will have to give half to me if you fish here. And I am saying this to make him leave without asking him to leave. But now, he is very scared. And he said, the taxes are too high. This is not fair. Look, I know this is not fair. So if you want, you can fish at the lake, because at the lake there are no taxes. I said, then go to the lake. And I am serious. But it looks like now he went that way, and he jumped here, and he is simply arriving here to fish. And what I did was genius, because now he is fishing in the right place, and I didn't even have to tell him to leave. But guys, we have to decide what the first forbidden word will be here in Brookhaven. But my friend is looking here, and he said, potato is the forbidden word. Okay, he made a very important decision, and from today on, it is forbidden to say the word potato. But first, I have to make a president avatar. Perfect, I finished. And now I look like a president, because it looks like I am very important. And now, I am coming back here, and my friend is coming too, especially because we have a lot of things to do. And he is my bodyguard, so he got here to keep me safe. But I am coming to the players' houses to warn them about what is happening. And for those who don't know, this neighborhood is divided into 2 sides. We have the poorer side and also the millionaire side. But I have to warn all of them about this. I said, actually, you warn all of them. I am feeling lazy. And my friend will have to do it because I am too lazy to do it. But there is a player here who is looking at us, and my friend will have to talk to him and explain what is happening. So now, he is right there, and apparently they are talking. So I will let them talk. And meanwhile, I am coming here to see the player who is fishing, especially because I want to help him. But it seems that he is fishing here until now. And actually, he noticed that I am here. And he said, you are the worst president ever. But if he thinks I am a bad president, he is going to find out now that I really am the worst. Because now it is forbidden to say the word potato. I said, now it is forbidden to say potato. And I am serious. But it seems like he is very scared. And suddenly he got mad. And this is weird because he grabbed an axe. And I really don't think he is joking because he got a real axe and is trying to hit me. And I better get out of here. Actually, I am going to jump here and run away. Guys, even if he wants to hit me, he won't be able to. And now my bodyguard is going to handle this because this player is really acting very weird. But my friend is right here. And he said, I already warned everyone. And that's very good. He warned warn all the players, but actually he is coming to this house to warn the player who lives here. And I don't know who lives in this house, but this player came out and he is trying to hit me. And this is really weird. He is coming here, but my friend is holding this item and he simply shot it, which made the player stop. And finally he raised his hands and now he stopped chasing me. But guys, I want to see if he is going to say the forbidden word, so much that my friend is coming right here. And I want to see what is going to happen because this player is very angry. He said, I want money, please. I hate the president, but I will like him if he gives me money. And this player is really weird, but I had a genius idea. I said, do you want to be a soldier? You are going to help me see who broke the most important rule. But he is looking here and he said, which rule? The most important rule of all. I don't know if I can say it, but since I am the president, I will say the most important rule of all. I said, you can't say potato, and that is the most important rule of all. But it seems like he agreed, so much that he has a military avatar now to help me with this. And now he grabbed this item, and I don't know where he got it from, because until a little while ago he only had an axe in Roblox, and now he is going to help me see who is breaking the rule. So I am walking here in front to see if anyone is breaking the rules, but it seems like everything here is very good. But there is a player right here in front, who's the Joker. Suddenly we have the Joker right here, and he said, sit down, I want to talk to you. And this is really weird, and I don't know if I should obey him, especially because this player looks evil. But I am coming here because I want to see what he has to say. And I just got here, but he is simply sitting here. And meanwhile, the soldier arrived right here to protect me, because he is my bodyguard. But the Joker is looking here and he simply started saying potato. And I don't know why he is saying that, but he really wants to get arrested in Roblox. So much that the player came right here, and he said, what will be the punishment for saying potato? So, we have to think of some punishment, because I had never thought about that. But my friend just got here, and he said, he will have to jump 20 times. And that is exactly what is going to happen. But he has to jump 20 times for each time he said potato. And I don't remember how many times he said potato, but he will have to jump 80 times. So he started jumping here, and I am sure this is going to take a while, so I will let this player keep counting. And meanwhile I am going back here because I have more important things to do, which is to monitor the other players. And I want to see if everyone is following my rules. But guys, this player left here, and he said potato. And I don't know why they are breaking the rules, but my friend came here and he simply got banned from this house. And this player really is a threat. But the soldier arrived right here and simply stepped on his land. And it looks like the soldier is not afraid of getting banned, so much that he is staring at him. And he said, aren't you afraid that I will ban you? But I noticed that this player really is not afraid, and he is not even afraid of the player who literally banned my friend. He said, I am not afraid, because if you ban me, we are going to destroy your house. But he got very scared about that and simply left. But guys, there are punishments he will have to receive because he said the forbidden word, which is potato. But he is looking at me here, and he said, what will the punishment be? Look, I am still thinking. I don't know what punishment this player will get, but he is looking here, and he said, I will jump 100 times, okay? Look, then he can do that, and that is a great idea. So he started jumping here, and meanwhile I am going to leave because I have to go find my friend, who I don't really know where he went, but it looks like he is right here, waiting for the boss. And I don't know why he didn't just walk here, because he basically works for me. Since I am the president, I am literally the president here. But now, I am basically coming back here, and I have to monitor to see if everything is happening correctly. But guys, up to this moment it was only this player who broke the rule, this other player, and also this one who works for me. And now he said, you should give benefits to those who obey and don't say the forbidden word. And he had a genius idea. And basically the benefit I am going to give is that the people who don't say this word will be allowed to say the word. And I think that is pretty fair. He said, it is not fair. You should give them 1 million Robux. But that is way too much. And my friend is exaggerating. But now, finally the bodyguard is coming back here because that player jumped 100 times. So now he came back in the car. And I had a genius idea. I am coming here to the mall, and the mall will be totally closed, and only people who obey the rules will be able to come here. I said, let's close the mall only for those who don't say the forbidden word. And that is exactly what I want to do. So for that, I am coming here, and this is going to be very hard. But one of the players went right there to the door to stop people from coming inside. But my friend went a little ahead to make sure people don't come in here, and later there will be another security guard so that no one enters without permission. But I am going to start the constructions, and for that, I will grab this item on the right, and then we have this fence that I will start placing around the mall. But I will leave an entrance right here, and I will keep placing these fences. Perfect! I finished this. And we have this entrance, and also this other entrance. But I am going to put a lot of signs right here so that people don't come inside. And I am going to put 1 million signs. Perfect! I put a lot of signs, enough so that people won't come here, and only people who basically have social points will be able to enter. But my friend came right here, and he said, how do you get social points in the city? Look, you just have to not say the forbidden word, which is potato. It is literally just that, and you will get social points and will be able to come to the mall, which for now is completely blocked. But guys, I want to see the players' reactions as soon as they realize the mall mall is blocked. But it looks like there is already a player coming here because he wants to see the mall. So my friend came back to this area because he is the security guard here. But the player came right here and he doesn't know why the place is blocked. He said, "Can I come in?" Look, unfortunately he can't. So much that my friend came right here and he said, "You said the forbidden word, you can't come in." And unfortunately that is true. And the person has to go a whole day without saying the forbidden word to be able to come in here. But it looks like there is another player coming here. And again he jumped over the fence. And I don't know why everyone jumps over the fence. But he said, "Can I come in?" And this player can come in. He said, "You can. You didn't say the forbidden word." But the player is looking here. And he said, "What word?" But my friend can't say it. But he said, "Potato." And guys, the security guard is looking at him. And my friend is simply going to get arrested. But I am going to forgive him so he won't get arrested or have any punishments. I said, "I forgive you. Now you are forgiven for breaking the most important rule in the world." And I am serious, so much that the security guard went back there. And he is looking at this. And he said, "This doesn't make sense. This is not the most important rule of all." Look, I know it's not, but for now it is. And it seems like he went inside because he can come here, but he came just to grab a pizza. And that's really weird. He came here to grab a pizza instead of doing the things upstairs, because there are a lot of interesting things up there. But now, I am coming back here to see how the rules are being followed in my city. So now, my friend also came here, because he will also check that. So I am coming back here. I want to see how the rules are going in the city. And apparently everyone is obeying. But this player just left here, and he said, "Potato." And now he went back to his house. But he thought I wouldn't notice it, but I saw everything that happened. And now I arrived right here, because now he is going to receive his punishment, especially because he said the forbidden word. And now he showed up right here, and he said, "Am I being punished for saying a word?" And that is exactly what is happening, because this is the most forbidden word of all time. And he can't say that. I said, "Wait, I am going to prepare a challenge for you." And he will have to stay right here while I prepare a challenge, which will be the most important challenge of all. So here on the right, I will have to grab the basketball, exactly this one. And now I place the basketball hoop, and he will have to score in it. And I don't think it will be hard because it is very low. But that's the hard part, because it's so low that it will be very unexpected if he misses it. But now he is looking at it, and the challenge is going to start. And even I want to see if he will make it, because even I couldn't score in it. But now he threw it here, and he simply missed. And he will only be able to leave once he scores. But now he is going to try again. So he threw the ball here, and finally he scored. I said, "Congratulations, you are free." And that was the challenge. But he said, "Potato." And I don't know why he said that again. And it doesn't make sense. He said, "It's because I want to do the challenge again." Okay, that's really weird. But now he threw the ball right here, and he scored. But actually no. And even I thought he had scored, but not this time. And now he threw it again, and he is getting much better at it. And I believe that this time he will score, but he missed. So I am going to throw once, just to prove to him that this is very easy. But the ball came back here, and he is looking at it and laughing. He said, "You don't know how to play." Look, actually I do know. So much that I threw the ball right here and finally scored. But the ball flew away, and I don't know how that happened. And now he finally scored. Look, congratulations. But I am going to leave him playing here, and meanwhile, I will get a secret car for myself, just to scare the players. But my friend arrived here, and he said, "What car are you going to get?" Look, I am going to get a very interesting car, and for that, I will have to go back here. And here on the right, I got the school bus. But this bus is going to have a rocket, because I am going to get inside. And now, my friend will have to come here, but it looks like this player is still going to keep playing basketball here and keep scoring the ball in the hoop. And he really liked doing that, so much that he threw it again and scored again. But now I am coming back here, and I will have to do something very important. The players are still here, and this player is taking care of them all. And meanwhile, this other one is resting here in Roblox. But I am going up here, and now I will have to delete my house. And here on the right, if I get the hero's house, and then go up and simply go down like this, I will be able to do a really big secret. But there is a problem. I couldn't go down here, so I got another house, and finally I managed to do it. And here on the right, I am going to grab this item, and I will start placing it back here to make a turbo bus in Roblox. And perfect! It turned out like this. And now I have to delete this house, and my car stayed like this. And it really looks like it has turbo. Actually, it looks like it has a rocket. So much that my friend is looking at it, and he said, "It looks like a rocket. Invite more people to see it." So I am going to invite more people, and I will make a car competition to see who makes the best car of all. But they are forbidden from saying the word potato. Now there is a player who joined here, but he looks just like my friend, so much that the two of them are staring at each other. And now he changed his avatar back to normal, and they really are brothers. So much that he said, "We are brothers." But now he went back there, and it really looks like I have a rocket, because this fire turned out really interesting. And now my car looks like this, and it really is a very different bus. And the players are also getting their cars. But now I am coming up front to start the race, and everyone is ready for the race. And even this car has 2 spoilers, and I don't understand why. But now the race is finally going to start. Perfect! It started. And even though this is a bus, I started in front. But suddenly I crashed. But now I am coming up front again, and I really won this. But I think I crashed into the players' cars, and that's why they took a long time to get here. But now the race is going to start again. So I am coming up front, and this time I am going to win again. And I finally won this. But I crashed here, and now my car has no tires. And literally my bus turned into a boat, because I can't move it anymore. But my bus is floating up, and it is flying in a really weird way. Guys, today I'm in Brookhaven, but basically I rob banks. I rob the city banks just to get the safes, especially because there's a lot of money, and also not much security. So for that, I called my friend, because he always helps me do this. He said, let's go, we have to take advantage of it, because if we ever get arrested, it's over. Guys, what he said is true, because a maximum security prison was just built, and this prison is simply scary, because only bizarre people are imprisoned in there. People who did horrible things are locked up there, and I definitely don't want to go there, because if I ever do, I'll only get out after 10 years. But my friend went in there. So guys, now it's time to rob the bank, especially because I have a lot to do today. I have to rob the bank and then rob the bank again, since this is basically the only thing I do. So now I'm going down here, and guys, I'm arriving exactly here at the bank, but the thing is, the bank is totally dark. I don't really know why this happened, but I believe it's not a problem. Guys, he's even looking at it. He said, it's okay, the power went out in the neighborhood. Look at this, it doesn't make sense, because this door is totally lit, so what he said makes no sense at all. But guys, he came back here, and he has to get exactly this card, which I also grabbed, and we basically have to go down here using this elevator. Guys, he's going to have to go down here first, and now I'm going down too. Guys, I just came down exactly here, and now we're here in the bank. I didn't understand why, but he said no, it doesn't look like he wants me to come here. Guys, I didn't understand why he said that, but now there's a problem. 2 police officers just came out of here, and now we're both arrested. Guys, he even raised his hands to really avoid problems, especially because I don't want them to shoot. He said, after days robbing the bank, I declare that you're under arrest. Guys, this is really weird, because I'll probably go to the maximum security prison. He said, and you really will. Guys, if I go to the maximum security prison, I'll stay there at least forever, or maybe 10 years. But guys, he's taking me here. He said, get in the car. Apparently, his car was right here. And guys, if I had looked at it properly, I would have noticed that his car was here this whole time. So I just got inside here. Guys, and because of our carelessness, we ended up getting arrested here. This is really bad. Now my friend is also going to jail. He's going to enter right here. And now this is really our end. He's taking both of us to prison. Really the maximum security prison. I said, drop us off at the police station, please. Seriously, because the police station is way better. This one, the station I'm talking about, is really easy to escape from. But guys, he's stopping right here. He said, we don't use the police station to arrest people anymore. Okay, this is terrible, because that was our only chance to escape. But guys, now he arrived exactly here. We're really going to be in prison forever. Guys, I'm coming exactly here, but I don't know which cell I'm going to be in. He said, first come in this room. Guys, he's coming right here, and I just arrived here too. He said, change into prison clothes. Guys, I don't know if this is fair, because a lot of people aren't using it. There are prisoners not wearing the prison clothes, so this isn't fair. He said, that's because their lawyer requested that, and you don't have a lawyer. Guys, I'm going to hire a lawyer to get me out of here. I just noticed there's another guard back here. I really hadn't seen him here before, but I'm going to change here in Roblox. Perfect. I'm like this, just like he asked me. But guys, I'm looking here, and my friend is lying on the floor. The guard said, hey, what's going on? Guys, I also don't know what's going on, but he just arrived right here, and my friend tried to escape from prison. Guys, he tried to get out, but this door is locked. So once again, he's going to be arrested, because there's no way to escape from here. This really is our end. But guys, now he's looking here. He's taking me to my cell, which apparently is going to be this one. My cell is cell number 2. It's really not the worst of all, because in front of me there's a much worse cell. This one is the most bizarre cell of all. I said, why is he totally protected? I didn't understand why the Joker is like this here in prison. It's like he did some really bizarre things. He said, it's because he did bizarre things. That kind of makes sense. But guys, now he just left here to do his stuff, and my friend is getting arrested right here. This really is the end for him, because he tried to escape, which means the guards will be watching him so he doesn't try to escape again, especially because if he escapes from here, that would be a huge problem for them. Now there's a guard right here, another guard watching the cameras, and also another guard up there watching everything. He can see everything that's happening, and he also has several cameras. Guys, it's impossible to get out of here. But guys, this guard came right here. I don't know why he came here. He said, you, get out. It's your break, and also someone else's. Okay, I want to see who else is going to be let out of their room. But guys, he just came back here. Probably this player is going to be selected. He's looking here, but for some reason he has a really weird eye. Honestly, his eye is really bizarre. Guys, the officer is looking here, and he just went back there. We also have this really weird computer here. Guys, he looks like a good person, but the officer left here. He really seems like a good person. Unfortunately, he wasn't selected. But guys, he's looking at the Joker, and now he released him. Guys, this isn't very good. I didn't want him to come to break with me, especially because he seems like a bad person. But guys, he just got here. He really looks super weird, and also I urgently need a lawyer, because I also want custom clothes. He said, do you plan to escape from prison? Look, I don't know, but I want to know about him. I want to know if someday he plans to escape from prison. He said, I leave whenever I want. I always find a way to escape. Okay, that's interesting. But guys, I'm getting out of here because I don't really trust him, and now I want to grab some food. But guys, there's only this food here, and to be honest, I don't want this. But guys, he showed up here again. He said, how long have you been in prison? Look, I don't know yet, because I haven't even been judged, but I want to know about him. I said, how long have you been in prison? I want to know exactly what happened. He said, 802 years, because every time I escape, the sentence doubles. Okay, this is really weird, so probably the sentence started really low, but every time he escaped, it increased until it reached 802 years. Guys, but it's impossible for him to serve that sentence, so that's why he escapes every time. He said, exactly. Okay, this is really sad, but he went back there, and guys, he entered that room. I don't know what he's doing in there, but guys, I'm leaving here, especially especially because I don't have anything important to do, so I'm going to take the chance to sleep, guys. But now he got right here. I don't really know what he's doing here, but he closed my door. He said, "Where's the Joker?" Look, I don't know, but guys, this smoke started to come in, and this smoke is starting to make me sleepy. Guys, there are several police officers walking right back here. I really don't know what's happening, but now I'm starting to get sleepy. But guys, I just woke up here, and there are a bunch of police officers around me, just watching. I don't know why I'm so important like this. But guys, apparently it's night. I really don't know what's going on. But guys, he just got closer. He said, "The smoke made you sleep. We activated it because someone escaped." Guys, I saw the person who escaped. I really know everything that happened. That player came right here and just escaped, but I don't know how he did that, and I also don't know what they want. He said, "If you tell us how they escaped, we'll help you with food and candy." Look, unfortunately, I don't want that. I said, "I want to talk to my lawyer." Seriously, that's exactly what I want, guys. He just dropped this item, and it looks like he got sad. He said, "Yeah, looks like it's hard to negotiate with you. But guys, I'm being taken right here, so I'm going to sit exactly in this chair. But the officer is watching everything. He wants to see everything that's going to happen here. But guys, my lawyer just got here. I really didn't know this lawyer, but he's the lawyer the government got for me. He said, it's my first day being a lawyer." Guys, this is terrible, because he doesn't really know how things work here in prison. But guys, I want to talk to the officer first. I said, "Hey, he doesn't know anything. Let me get another lawyer. Seriously, I need another lawyer, but I don't have contact with other lawyers." But he said, "No." Guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to talk to him. I said, "I want to get out of prison. Please help me." And he said, "No, I don't care. I'm not paid enough for that." And guys, he just left here. This is really weird, because he just abandoned me. But the door is locked, and the officer came here to talk to him, especially because what the lawyer did was really strange. He said he knows how someone escaped from prison. Convince him to say how they escaped. Guys, it's really good that I'm hearing these conversations, because this is going to help me a lot. Now he got right here, and the officer is right in this spot, with his back turned to me, which means I can say whatever I want to my lawyer and the officer won't know. I said, "Hey, get me out of here. I'll pay you $50. Seriously, that's the most I can pay him. He said, "Escape from prison. There's no solution for you, because you were sentenced to 70 years. Guys, I didn't know that, but I'm going to tell the officers how that player escaped. Guys, he's looking here, and now he's going to have to follow me, because I'm going to show that he escaped exactly here. But guys, I have to make up an excuse just so they stay distracted exactly in this spot. There's a lot of interesting stuff. We have this window. I could say he escaped through the window, or I could say he escaped right here. He jumped on this orange thing, and then got out of the prison. I said, he escaped here. Seriously, that's exactly what happened, guys. But he picked up the radio and is calling the officers, because he wants to see if that's true. They're going to be distracted here trying to figure out if it's true, and while they're all distracted, I'm going to use the chance to escape from here. So guys, I'm running out the back. I have to get out of here as fast as possible. But guys, my friend is locked up right here. I have to find a way to escape and also help him escape. But guys, they're totally distracted here. They're trying several ways to escape, and I think they finally figured out what happened. The only thing they don't know is that it's a lie. But now I have to help him escape from here. He said, "Get the key that's in their room." Guys, apparently he's talking about this room, so I'm coming right here. But guys, there's this key right here, which I took for myself, and now I'm going to open my friend's room so he can finally get out of here. Perfect. I opened this, and now he's free. Guys, but I don't know how. But a police officer just went up there and found out it's possible to escape from here. He said, "Wow, he really escaped like that. That player wasn't lying. Look, actually I was lying." But guys, I'm heading out the back here, but now we have to figure out the way that player escaped earlier. I know he came into this room, but I don't know how he got out of here. But then he jumped into this completely secret vent. Guys, I'm coming here too, and now I just got access to a really strange place. He said, "Let's get out of here fast. Look, let's do it like this. To increase the chance of escaping, I'll escape one way, and my friend will escape another way." So guys, he just went out the back, and he's basically coming up front here, and there's an elevator. But now he went all the way up to the top floor of the prison, and now he's really managing to escape. But I can't do the same thing, especially because if we escape the same way, we have a higher chance of getting caught. But he's hiding right here, and meanwhile I'm going down here, because I need to escape through these secret places. Guys, I'm coming up front here, and now I have to find the way out of here, because there must be an exit for sure. Now I'm coming this way, and apparently I just found the exit. We have these two paths, and this one is most likely the way out. Perfect, I got out of here. Guys, now I'm out of the prison. I'm running toward this house, especially because it's a totally abandoned house. That's definitely going to be really important for me. So I'm going in right here, and now I'm completely hidden here, and it'll be really hard for them to notice that I'm hiding in this house. But guys, they realized I escaped. They're coming here to see what happened. They really noticed that I got out, and now a police officer is arriving right here. But what he didn't notice is that my friend is down here. You can see that my friend is right here, and now the police officer came out to the front. He's trying to figure out where we are, but that's going to be almost impossible. And now he stopped right here. Apparently he's talking on the radio. Meanwhile, my friend just got up and is simply escaping out the back. Guys, the way he escaped was really genius. Now he went down here, and the officer didn't even notice it. But guys, now more police officers are coming here to try to find out where I am, and also where my friend is. But guys, they don't know anything. He even came back here, and now he's just watching to see if I show up. But guys, I'm right here in this house, and it's really going to be hard to escape from here, because I'm surrounded by police officers nearby. die. But guys, there's a really weird car coming here. I'm going to ask for help, especially because I basically have to escape from here. Guys, but actually, the player who's here is the same person who escaped from prison before. He said, so, let's escape. Okay, I got inside. He said, but first we need a disguise. But now we're wearing masks to really disguise ourselves, so the police won't notice it's us. And now he's going out the back, going down here. And guys, even I want to see if he'll manage to fool the police with this disguise he made. So we just got right here because they want to interview us and find out what we're doing. He said, what are you doing? Look, we definitely didn't come here to rob the bank. I said, we definitely didn't escape from prison. Guys, I'm joking with them, but my friend is right here behind us. We have to find a way to help him. And apparently they let us go. We can finally leave this place. But he just got here so my friend can get in. Perfect. We finally escaped. And guys, this was way easier than it looks. And honestly, it was too easy. He said, attention, don't go back to your houses. Guys, what he said is really weird. I don't know why he said that. He said, that's because the next place they'll look for you is in your houses. Okay, this is terrible. I'm going to have to abandon my Roblox house, which is honestly a perfect house. For those of you who don't know, we have in Roblox this completely invisible head, which basically makes you headless. And if I remove this item, you can see that it looks really weird. And today I'm going to teach you how to get it. And I'm also going to show several other items you can get after the latest Brookhaven update. And for that, I called my friend, who's right here. But guys, he's throwing eggs at me. And I don't know why he's doing that, but I'm going to throw eggs at him too. Perfect! I'm throwing a bunch of eggs here. And I'm sure he's really mad. But he said, I'm headless. And I noticed that he's headless, and that's weird. Because now, with the latest update, you don't need to buy the invisible head anymore. So you can get it for free, just by using a Brookhaven ID. But guys, I'm going back to my normal avatar. And he said, look what I found out you can do. But I don't know what he's talking about. But he turned into this thing, and he has a really weird head from a really weird skeleton that even has red eyes. He said, I'm too handsome. Look, I disagree. But now, I'm going to get my motorcycle, which is the weirdest bike of all. And now I'm coming up here in front. But it looks like my friend is throwing eggs back here, and I don't know why he's doing that. So I'm arriving here at the houses, especially because I want to see the players' reactions once they realize what's happening. And apparently there's a player at the window, and my friend showed up right here, and is throwing eggs in his face. And he just realized what's happening, and he got really scared, especially because he wasn't expecting to see a skeleton. But guys, today I'm going to teach you how to get all these items, like the invisible head, and several other things. But that player is staring at us, and he's not very happy. So much so that he said, get out of here, you're the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. And he's making fun of my friend, who's right here, and you can see he's not happy. So much so that he's looking over here, and he changed his head. But his head looks way worse than before, because now it's an apple that moves, and literally his eyes move. And this is really interesting, because after the latest game update, you can get bizarre items that we couldn't get before. And if I click here on the avatar button and use this exact ID, I'll get this really weird head. And even my friend is looking at it and pointed at me. But every time he moves, his mouth also moves. He has the weirdest avatar of all. But guys, the player teleported right here, probably to say something. He said, you two are really ugly. Please get out of here. And I don't know what he's talking about, because I'm very handsome, and my friend is also very handsome. Now that he has this apple head, which is really realistic. But he's looking over here, and he said, this item is the ugliest of all, but I have a nice one. Want to see? And I really want to see it. I wonder what item he's talking about. But now he looks really different, and just removed his items, and now he has this totally weird head. And for some reason, it moves. It's an animated head, but his head is weirder than ours. So I want to do a competition, and I'll have to talk to a player, and this person I choose will have to pick one of us 3 to ban, and the ugliest one will be banned. And for that, I'm going to have to choose one of these players, but this one doesn't count because he's my friend, but this other player I don't know. I said, follow me. Only one of us will be banned from his house. So they're going to have to follow me on Roblox because it's going to be very important. And now they're following me, which is really good. And I'm going to have to get to the front of his house. And the 3 of us will have to come here to talk to him. Now I'm pressing this button so he can open the door and decide which of us will be banned. And now he stood up and just got here. And I said, choose the ugliest one and ban him from your house. And I want to see which of us he's going to choose. But apparently I was banned. And guys, he thought I'm the ugliest of all. But now, I'm going to have to do this again. And I'll have to change my avatar to show that I'm really handsome. And in a little while I'm going to show you how to get the invisible head in Brookhaven. And now, I'm going to use this ID on the right. And I got this really ugly head. And you can see that my eye looks like this. And it's really weird. And also my mouth is exactly like this. But I don't know if my mouth moves. Probably it doesn't. But actually, my mouth does move. So now I'm arriving right here. Because I want to see who's going to get banned this time. And he said, what is that? You made your avatar worse. And actually, I didn't make it worse. But again, I got banned. And that doesn't make sense. Because I'm getting banned all the time. But my friend looked back here and threw those eggs just to show that I look really ugly. But guys, my mission is to show that I can also get banned even having a realistic avatar, because this avatar of mine is very realistic. So now I'm going to use this avatar, and if I resize my character, you can see that I really look very realistic. But I'm going to change my face to an even more realistic one, and I'm going to use this ID on the right, and now I look like this. You can see that my head looks very realistic. So I'm arriving here to see the player's reaction, and I want to see what he thinks of this. He said, get a prettier head, and I got banned again, and I think I'm the ugliest person again. So this time, I'm going to change my avatar to look really handsome. So I'm going to use this exact ID, and now I look like this. I simply have a mouth, but I don't have eyes. And now, I'm arriving right here to see his reaction, but the player is looking over here, and he said, that looks really ugly. But I think my friend looks uglier than me, because even if I look ugly, my friend looks weirder. This player also looks really weird, and I don't know how he hasn't been banned yet, but this time my friend got banned, and I'm finally unbanned. And that's impressive. For the first time, I'm unbanned from this house, while my friend is banned. He even just came back here, and apparently he wants to know why he got banned. He said, I'm the most handsome guy ever. It doesn't make sense for you to ban me. And what he said is a lie, and it doesn't make any sense. He said, I give up, you're all horrible. But that player got banned, and he thought he wasn't going to be banned, but he ended up being banned. So much so that he's looking over here, and he's not happy. But now, I want to see the reaction of the other players as soon as they see what's going on. And right here, we have this king, and he's really weird, so I'm going to have to grab my motorcycle to talk to him and see his reaction. But first I'm going to try to hit my friend, just to see his reaction. And it looks like he's getting closer. And he said, where's the invisible head? Look, I'm going to use the invisible head after I talk to this player, because first I want to see the king's reaction. So I got this motorcycle, and my friend will have to come here too. And now I'm coming up front, as if nothing happened back there. And I'm arriving here, and I'm face to face with the king, and he's the most important person in the city. So much so that he stood up here, and he said, get out of my way, evil monster. But guys, he insulted me, and now I got banned just because I'm handsome. So I just arrived here, but my friend is heading over there, and that's not good. He said, you're the most handsome person I've ever seen. Stay. And I can't believe he said that to my friend, because he has the ugliest head of all. But now, I'm going to use the invisible head to convince the king to unban me from this house. And it looks like my friend became the security guard here, so much so that he lowered this item like he's a real guard. I'm going to basically resize my character, and now I'm going to use this ID on the right, because I just got the invisible head, which is the best head of all. But guys, I threw an egg right here. I don't really know what this player is doing, but he's trying to hit an egg here, except he just got closer. He said, that's a fake invisible head. But guys, I don't know why, but he thinks this head is fake, but actually it's real. So much so that if I remove my items on the right, you can see that I look like this. And it looks like he got scared and now ran away from here, afraid of this. And this player is really weird, but he came back up again and threw an egg at me, and actually hit me. And I don't know how he managed to hit that, but he just closed his door. So I'm going to keep throwing eggs here just to make him really mad. But apparently someone threw an egg here, and it was exactly him, and now he teleported. And that's weird. But I'm arriving here to talk to the king, so that I can be unbanned. And that player is coming back over there. So I threw this egg here to make him mad, but he noticed I'm here and is throwing eggs at me. I'm trying to hit him, and I finally managed to hit near him. So much so that he went back inside, scared of what's happening. But the king is getting closer, and it looks like I'm finally unbanned. And that's perfect. He said, you deserve to enter my kingdom now. Okay, but what about my friend? After all, my friend is back here. But it looks like he got banned, and he won't be able to come back here anymore. And now I've become the king's new security guard, and that's really good. And now the king came back here, and he's sitting on the throne, which is a really weird throne, because there's a lot of light here. And I don't know why his throne has so much light. It's like he really likes light. But guys, I'm going to throw this egg just to make him really mad. And for some reason, these eggs go flying every time I throw them near this item. So I threw it right here, and he came back here, and it hit this spot. And I don't know why that happens. My friend just arrived right here, and I want him to test this with me. I said, throw this egg near this item. And here on the right, I'm going to grab the same item the king grabbed and place it right here. And now my friend is going to have to do this, just to see what happens. So he got right here, and now started throwing the egg. And for some reason the egg is coming back here, like something happens whenever he throws it near the wall. And they're all coming back here. He even just noticed that and doesn't understand. But he's trying again, and every time he throws the egg, it goes in a completely random direction. But now, I want to test other items here that I can use in Roblox to get even weirder heads. But he's looking over here, and he said, get a head with particles. And what he said is true. It's going to be really interesting to get a head that actually has particles. But now, I want to test my friend's item. So here on the right, I'm going to use this ID. And now I got this item, which is the weirdest item of all. He said, we're brothers now. Really? And this apple is really weird. But I had a genius idea. I'm going to come here to the market and try to disguise myself as an apple, just to see the players' reactions. And suddenly the motorcycle flipped over. And now I'm arriving right here. And the motorcycle went inside there. But now we're going to have to hide here. But I don't know how I'm going to get into this part. But my friend came here and he placed a bed and is now sleeping. But actually, he wants to go through the wall. And now he shrunk his avatar and is basically going in there. But I'm sure he won't make it because it's impossible to get in there. There's really no way. But now he's up here and I have a genius idea. I said, if someone comes to buy an apple, say you ate an apple and ended up like this. And if he does that, he's going to scare the players and they'll never eat apples in this game again. Even I would be scared by that. But now, I want to use other item IDs here in Brookhaven. But there's a player arriving here and I want to see his reaction. And he's coming this way. And I'm sure he's confused. He said, why do you have apple heads? Look, the reason is really simple. Now it's my friend's turn to say it. And he just needs to tell the truth about what's going on. But that player grabbed an apple from the market and maybe that's not very good. My friend said, it's because I ate apples from this market. But that player dropped it and now he got really scared because he didn't expect that to happen. And actually, he left the game. And that really doesn't make sense. But my friend turned back to normal. And I want to test other secret items from Brookhaven that you've never seen before. But now, I'm going to do what my friend asked. So I'm going to get an item that releases particles. But my friend went back there because this motorcycle moves by itself, which is really weird. And if I use this ID on the right, I'll get this head, which is a really weird head because it's not round. Actually, it has a shape never seen before. But my friend is coming up front and he just got off the motorcycle and now the motorcycle swerved away from me. I don't know how that happened, but the motorcycle literally ignored me. And that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. He said, the motorcycle swerved away from you because you're so ugly. But that's a lie. At least I hope it's a lie. And now I'm arriving here to drive this motorcycle. And now my friend is going to have to come here too, because I want to see the players' reactions once they see this. So I'm arriving up front, right at this house. And my friend is flipped over here. And I don't know how, but this motorcycle flipped. And it's almost impossible for motorcycles to flip in Brookhaven. But guys, I just entered here, and he's watching TV. And now he just noticed I'm here, and he's really scared, because he's never seen anything like this before. He said, wait, that's cool. And suddenly he got happy. But now, I'm going to use even weirder items just to see his reaction. And here on the right, I'm going to use this ID. And now I got this head that has fish. And there are literally fish inside here. And this is the weirdest item of all. So much so that he's looking at it. And he placed that fish tank on the floor. Because I kind of look like that. So I'm going to shrink my avatar just to see what happens when I get close to the aquarium. And I look like a statue. And it really looks like I'm a giant statue standing inside the aquarium with a bunch of fish swimming down here. But he's staring at me. And he said, hey, is there any cool item? Because all of them are ugly. Look, actually there are cool items. And I'm going to use them now. And I don't know what happened here. But suddenly my friend turned into a goose. And he literally became a goose. And now he went back there and got a goose car. And this friend of mine is really a goose fan. But now I'm going to use this ID on the right. And I'm going to remove my glasses. And now I got this eye, which is a really cool anime eye. But he's staring here. He said, wow, that's actually cool. And yeah, this item is perfect. And you can see that the eye is really realistic. But there are others too. So I'm going to use this ID here. And now I got this almost invisible head. And you can see that we have an almost invisible head. He said, wait, is that glass? Exactly, that's basically glass. But my friend just came over here and he has a goose. And I don't know how he got that, but this goose moves, which is really weird. He said, I'm a goose, goodbye. And guys, it looks like he's going to leave now. So I got in the car too, especially because I want to see what he's going to do. But he got right here and I think he wants to throw me into the pool because he came right here and deleted the car. And he tried to throw me into this part so I would go flying. And now I really did go flying really far away. And that's super weird. But now, I want to test even more items, even weirder ones. And now he got closer. And he said, use the ugliest one of all. I'm going to try too. So I'm going to do exactly that. But first, I'm going to grab this wall on the right because I'm going to divide it here so he can't see what the other is doing and he can't spy. But I can see he's right here and I already noticed he's here. I said, no spying. And spying on the other person's avatar is not allowed. And now, I'm going to have to make the weirdest avatar of all. But I'm going to use this exact ID on the right. And now I got this super weird head, which is a horse. But guys, I want to see how my friend's avatar turned out. But he looked like this, and I think he really won this time. I said, you won, but let's try again. And this time I'm sure I'm going to win. But he's looking here, and he said, your head looks normal. Look, it's pretty obvious that my head is not normal, and I don't know how he thinks that, since it's so weird. But now, I'm going to place this wall here, and I'm going to make another avatar. But again, he's spying, and I can see he's right here. But now, I'm going to start making an avatar, and I'm going to use this ID on the right. And I got this toilet head, and this is the weirdest head of all, because it's literally a toilet that sometimes shows up. And now I want to see how my friend's head turned out. So I'm going to remove this wall, and my friend is right here, and he looks super weird. And that really is the most bizarre avatar of all. But he's laughing, and he said, I won! But I think my avatar is weirder, so I'm going to use this ID on the right. And now I look just like my friend. And this is really weird, because my head is floating. And guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the Become a Member button, and I'll add you on Roblox.